Hi everyone, Aiden here with etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Yakima Exo System on our 2023 Chevrolet Tahoe. This particular kit's going to come with two of the gear locker boxes. Each one can hold up to 10 cubic feet of stuff with a weight capacity of 100 pounds in the bottom and 80 pounds up top. The Exo System is completely modular, so you can customize it to fit your needs and swap these boxes out for other accessories, maybe a bike rack on the top, or a basket on the bottom, or a ski carrier on the top. It really customizes to fit your needs and your vehicle, depending on the situation you're using it in. Let's check it out. The first thing you're probably wondering with something like this is, can I still get to the back of my vehicle? It's a very bulky looking system, but it does still leave the room to do all that. There's a large hand knob in the back that I can loosen up. And after that is fully loosened and pops out, there's a pull pin right here where we can swing the whole system away from the vehicle. It'll lock out with this pin right here and allow us to open up the back hatch of our vehicle, getting full access to any cargo we might have in the back of the Tahoe as well. You do have that third row of seats, and with it up, you don't have the most room in the world, but if you've got that third row down, you can still fit a lot of stuff back here, packing all of this space with our heavy cargo and maybe some of our bulkier but less heavy items in the boxes where they're locked up and safe at the back in the hitch. So let's say you're at a campsite and you've got the Exo System swung away like this and you want to keep it here. That's great, but how are you going to get to the bottom box? You can do that by unlocking and removing this center pin from the pivoting section and removing this threaded hand knob on the side and actually swinging this whole top shelf around 180 degrees. So we still have access to the top box where we can open it up and get stuff from the inside. And we've got plenty of room to fully open the lid on our bottom box right here so we can get all of our stuff out of the inside. If you are going to leave it swung open like this, a couple things to keep in mind. They do provide a kickstand with the Exo System to help support some of this weight while it's swung out like this. And you're going to need some space, so whether you're at a campsite or anywhere else, you want to make sure that you've got at least 20 inches of space from the side of your vehicle where this is going to be sticking out, plus the added length. And that added length is going to be coming in right at 64.5 inches from the back of our Tahoe. Now this is only the added length when it's out here, kind of just set up and ready to use at a campsite. When you're driving, it's going to take up a lot less space though. Releasing the pin at the corner lets us fold everything back up and re-secure it with the pin and the threaded hand knob, just like we removed before. Like I said, this state, everything's going to be a lot more condensed. As far as the length added to the back of the vehicle, it's going to be coming in right about 32 inches, which really isn't bad considering all the storage space we've got available to us. Our ground clearance at the back end is going to be right at 24 inches, which should be plenty for most situations. And everything remains pretty accessible with that top shelf if we need anything while we're on the road. I will say in this state, it does block your back window quite a bit, so you are going to be losing visibility at the cost of being able to store more in your hitch. One thing to consider with the Tahoe is that your taillights do remain mostly visible from the side of the boxes, although they are a little bit obstructed if you are further behind, and your license plate is pretty much impossible to see through the boxes. One thing I would recommend is the light kit and license plate relocation kit for the Exo System. Luckily your Tahoe has the wiring and it's set up for it. You just plug in the 4-pole wiring with that kit. It runs through the Exo System and gives you your tail lights and license plate out at the back here where they're far more visible. And again, with your Tahoe, it's already set up for it, so it's really easy to add on and give you that better visibility. Like I did say in the beginning, it's a modular system, so if you decide down the road you want to swap out these accessories for something else, you can just loosen up the hand knobs, and once both those pins are popped out, you can just move your accessory, remove it from the tracks, or drop your new one in, and then just use those knobs to tighten it back and lock it in. If you choose to add on an accessory down the line, It may not necessarily be key to like, but you can swap out the lock cores to the ones that you already have to make sure everything that you do add onto the kit matches those keys you already have. And overall, the Exo System is a really unique product, and I think it's an excellent fit for the Tahoe. With a larger vehicle like this, chances are you're probably going to wherever you're going with a lot more people, and you need room for all that stuff. Like I mentioned before, if you've got that third row of seats up, the cargo area in the vehicle isn't that impressive, let alone for all the people you've got in the vehicle. This is going to give you a lot more room to put that stuff, not to mention it's going to be a bit better weight capacity wise than most standard roof boxes would be, plus it's going to be a lot easier to reach. You could even match it up in addition to a roof box if you really need that much space. And the nice thing about this is that it is lockable, it's easy to get to, and you can expand on it in the future. So if you decide down the line you want a way to carry some bikes, or you want a camp kitchen, or you want a basket at the bottom where things can drain and not be enclosed, you can do that. And it's all going to still work with that same swing-based system that gives you access to your hatch in your vehicle when you're at your site. Overall, though, I think it's an excellent fit for the Tahoe, and that'll do it for our look at the Yakima Exo System with the 2 gear locker boxes. Thanks for watching.